This tutorial is going to look at the range of reports available for Liberate. We're looking at a job that has a job value of £187,000 and a job cost of £48,000 odd. A quick run through the reports. Please bear in mind that all reports also drop down into Excel or Word should you want it, or PDF, but Excel is generally the best application to use. Firstly, you have your job summary. Your job summary shows you the summary of the job as it is at the moment and as it is on your job summary screen in your application. Costs, markups, profits, man days, etc. All of this does go into Excel. Your next report, and probably the most important report, is your bill of quantities, which is the report that your client gets. It has a few options when you run it, i.e. show all columns, omit prices, or show only totals, so that you can omit the measurements against the bill of quantities. You also have a few other options and a naming option over here. All of these again drop into your Excel, so you can manipulate them in Excel should need be. The next report is probably your most important management report, which is your item details, which again has many different options, and cost, sell, or omit the pricing on it. So you can give it to your workforce as worksheets or drop it into Excel, so your workforce doesn't have knowledge of costs but does have knowledge of all the elements that they need for the particular day on site. So take anything at random. This particular area, they're putting down a base for a particular paving area. They must make sure tomorrow that they have 2.91 tons of type 1. 2 men should take just over an hour to under an hour to do that, and make sure you've got an excavator on site that day for that particular work. Your outputs are also shown, and the optional information is the money that's shown over here, and the labor rates will not be visible to the workforce should you choose not to show it to them. You have a few other management reports showing your markups, returns, and these can be combined with other reports in Excel to give you any type of information you want, even valuations or programs, bar charts, etc. A similar report to the last one, but just addressing markup. Materials list, a list of all your materials, which can be listed together, so you can just review it quickly, include suppliers' names, with or without waste, or include comments, generally at cost, but you can output these with selling prices, overheads, or omit. And it is, as I say, just a list of everything in your job. It's probably a very useful report, but not the most useful of all the material reports, because you have got a second or third material report that will collate all your similar types of materials or plant and tell you totals for all of them. Your collated materials, same options. But if we look at something that has got multiple materials in it, so site mixed concrete, it tells you where your site mixed concrete is, what the quantities are. And you might say, well, I've got 16.06 cubic meters of site mixed concrete. Why am I buying 4.89 there when I could buy ready mixed? Maybe I should change that. Ready mixed is slightly cheaper than site mixed. And you might go through and change that using the find and replace option that comes within Liberate. Going back a page, you'll see that you have two types of pre-mixed concrete here, and because this probably has come out of a pre-built up item, you can use your find and replace to change one concrete for another and so collate these two different types of concrete. It also tells you your pack size and how much you've got to full pack. So for instance, in this particular concrete over here, you have 27.61 cubic meters, which are sold in 10 cubic meter packs. You have to buy 10 cubic meters at a time for this to be most efficient. There are 2.76 packs in a job. You know you can't get 0.76 of a pack, and your extra over to a full pack is 235 pounds. Your choice now how you choose to manipulate that. You might go to a cheaper size of delivery load, or choose to add that into your project as an overhead so that you can reclaim it at a later stage. Without going through all the other materials, you've got materials by supplier, you've got your calculation pads, you've got your labor details, which is similar to what you had on your item details, but just addressing labor, and will at the end summarize all the different labor grades that you've got. In this particular job, we've only got two grades of labor, the general labor rate and a carpenter, making up those two figures over there. Again, these can all be put out as Excel sheets and can be put out, I think it'll be worthwhile at this stage to show you, as without the money on it, so that your labor force can see what their daily work is in any particular area, although the item details report is probably a little better than this because it has the materials and plant on it as well. And as you can see here, it doesn't have the money or what you're paying the guys. A similar report for your collated plant. So any plant is collated together here, and it tells you you've got a 1-ton dumper for 2.44 hours, and you need to buy it by a 30-hour pack. We've also got a 3-ton dumper here. We will swap out within the system using find and replace the 1-ton dumper for the 3-ton dumper to make the whole job more efficient. It's done the same with excavators. We will swap out the one for the other. The reason for that is that we brought in pre-built items from the library, which when they were built might have actually used one or other of the excavators. A very simple process to swap them out. And then, of course, you've got your suppliers, your subcontractors as well, and I'm not sure if there are any in this particular job, but let's have a look. There you are. There's just one page of subcontractors in here.